Good afternoon, this is Rich Nelson with Allendale. Special update for you guys. Let's talk about today's cattle on feed report, the monthly cattle on feed report from USDA. Now today's date is August 24th of 2018. Now for today's discussion, the trade was expecting some higher placements to be shown in the month of July, reflected on today's report, and that's exactly what they got. The average trade guess was 6.4% higher placements than last year. And as far as numbers from USDA, 7.9% higher than last year. So perhaps a little larger supply. This certainly would be viewed as slightly bearish, and it adds to what's been a relatively bearish week for cattle prices overall. As far as some interesting stats, as far as this number itself on the placement side, this was the largest July placement in 6 years. This also now represents 3 months in a row of higher than last year placements. And these numbers, well, these will be marketed in the January through April time frame. So this is maybe a slightly bearish for the February and maybe also the April contract as well. Now, as far as marketings, number of cattle leaving feedlots in the month of July. So these are finished fat cattle leaving feedlots. The trade was expecting a 5% increase over last year, and pretty much that's exactly what they got. The number might sound a little aggressive. This was the largest July marketing number in 5 years, but we already knew that we'd have large marketings. Simply the fact is, large marketings now are reflective of large placements in previous months. So no big surprise as far as this goes. Once you're putting these two together, you're looking at the August 1st cattle on feed total, and that number at 11.093 million head. This was about 4.6% over the trade estimate here. Now, it's slightly higher than the average trade guess. In terms of this number as a whole, this is a record August 1 on-feed number since this current data series started back in 1996. But that's really not that much of a surprise. We've already known about this growing feedlot issue here. So main issues for today's report, placements were a little larger than expected. This comes on top of what's been a rough week overall for cattle prices. So it looks like we might have maybe a slightly lower opening for futures here on Monday. Any questions about these reports, what to do with marketings, or how to trade these markets, give Allendale a call, 1-800-262-7538.